Welcome, everybody. It's Happy New Year. It is the first day of the new year. Let me see what's going on. Hey, Marlene. Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Debbie, Anna, Cindy. Awesome. My fingernail is a little bit jacked up. So, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, my voice will last the whole time. It cut out last night. Um, but I did make it most of the night. So, yeah, Happy New Year. I can't believe it. I had we went to this place last night for to see this band play. It was like a Journey cover band, and they were really good. However, when we left, like as soon as the clock struck, we closed our tab and left. We found somebody hit my Jeep, so that was no fun having to wait for the cops. And of course, the person had left. The funny part is they hit me with a golf cart. So, and then they had the nerve to park the golf cart right next to me. So, like, they came in, tried to park on the right side of my Jeep, hit the bumper, banged it up, backed it up, and then parked around on the left side. Like, so stupid. So, and somebody saw him, so she gave the cops a statement and witness and all that stuff, but we'll just have to see how it goes. But it's like, why? I get it. Like, yeah, it's just dumb. Now it's just like one more thing I got to deal with. Like, way to go. Way to start 2006. But, nobody was hurt. It's just a bumper, but I still want it fixed. Like, I don't want my ride all jacked up. So, yeah, welcome everybody. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad I'm here. So I can tell already. Yeah, you're right, Anna. Idiots, totally. And of course, I think they were drunk. Like, why not? They had somebody else take them home, and of course, the bar people are like, "Oh, well, only the owners have access to the cameras." So, hey, Carol. So we'll see. I'm gonna have to call the police department again, either tomorrow or next week, and see if somebody came up with a name for this guy. So, and of course, there was no tags on this golf cart. So, we'll see. But that's that. So today we're gonna talk about new things coming January 6th. So lots of new stuff. So Tuesday. So, it's always the first Tuesday of the month that they release like all the new things. So we've got a lot. We've got the mini catalog going live. We've got the January online exclusives. Those go live. Which, by the way, if you don't have a catalog yet, I updated my blog last week or early this week, and I put the PDF for the January online exclusives and a link to the catalog online so you can see it. Right? So I don't think we're supposed to post that really till January 6th, but it's there. Let me see. Here we go. So that's my blog. If you go there and at the tippy top, there's like my banner, and then there's like home, shop, email me. There's one of those things next to there is view catalogs online. And I've got all the catalogs and all the PDFs for the online exclusives that they've given us. So remember, they just started that maybe in September. So I've got September's, November's, and now January's up there. And they're all like in order. So I'll leave that up there for a minute. So that's, you can go see that. There's also new kits because, every month we get two or three different in the kits collection. So different from Paper Pumpkin, which there's, Paper Pumpkin, the subscription closes for that one January 10th. So two different things. Oh, I feel like I got to sneeze. You guys would not believe the stuff coming out of my nose. Like, it started out as a cold, and now it's been a week and a half, and it's like definitely my sinuses now. Like, they're trying not to be infected, but I do that Medi rinse, like the saline squirt bottle. The stuff, it's just like, I'm surprised. There's so much of it, like crazy. All right, so let me get back to comments. So, hi Deborah Smith, Happy New Year. So new kits. January 6th also starts the bonus days. So they've done this for a couple years, and it seems like they change the months. Like, sometimes they do it in the summer, sometimes they do it now. So this time it's now. It starts January 6th. So For January 6th through February 2nd, every $50 you spend when you buy stuff, and that is before any coupons are taken off and before any shipping, or after coupons are taken off and before shipping. So every $50 US, you get a coupon for $5. So the coupon, it will be a code that they will email you. So yeah, you would have to be signed up like with an account to get an email. So if you check out as a guest, I don't think that's going to work because you have to have an email so that you get the code. Um, so yeah, you'll get the code and you can use as many, you can earn as many as you want. You can spend them, then you have to spend them in February. So from February 3rd to the 28th, you have to use all your coupons or they are gone. Like you can't carry them over to March. So I'll have a blog post about that as well, but that's coming. What else? Okay, so tonight we're doing the waterfall folio that I wanted to do 2 weeks ago, but I just didn't have time. So this was intended to hold gift cards. So it's still going to hold gift cards, but it could also hold. I'm making this one a Valentine theme. It could also, you could like make your own coupons for like Valentine's. Hey Karen, Happy New Year. So yeah, let's get down here and get crack-a-lackin'. Oh, and I gotta show you this thing that my friend at work made. So isn't this adorable? He said this was like a family craft. They made it together. So cute. So little bag of candy in there, which I never looked at this before. That's good stuff. Those Lindor things. Okay, nice. But look, a circle. You guys can make this for next year. Keep this idea. So we've got a circle as the base, and then a piece of, and they, it looks like they've just used like construction paper or something. Cardstock would just be a little bit more sturdy. Marlene, yes, as if you mean bonus days, yes, they've had that for the last few years. But like sometimes I was saying, sometimes they have it in the summer months, like buy in July, use in August. So I don't know why they're doing it now, January and February, only maybe because that's when we used to have celebration, and then that's no longer happening. But yeah. All right, but cute. Look, so they just hot glued, like they made their tube and glued it to the base, and then just add this ribbon. And then you can get these things from Michael's or Joann's or something and just glued that on. But like how cute. And there's the seam, but adorable. And then they just put the candy in a little bag and put it in here. So I think that is really cute. I'm gonna save that idea after I eat all this candy. So thanks again, Peter. I love it. Ooh, that had a lot of glitter on it. All right. So here's what we're gonna make first. So Tri-Fold Valentine waterfall folio, kind of, right? So this is gonna hold, this can hold gift cards. Where are my trusty gift cards? So you can put these in here, like you can glue dot these in, or you could make your own like little homemade coupons for stuff, like, one back rub, one clean out your car, one whatever. So, but this one has a 1/4 inch hinges or spines on both sides, and I've closed it with magnets. So we're gonna make one like this, Valentine theme. All right, this is my prototype. So first off, I've got a couple things I'm gonna work with. I pulled a couple of old paper pumpkin stamps that I'm gonna use. Then I also had this ephemera kit from last year. And then these are the new doilies. These are from the Holiday Mini, I think. Or was it the online exclusives? I don't know. You can get it on Tuesday. But we're going to use that. And then we are also using, which I've already cut, is these Love Notes paper pack. So I loved these. Like you cut them up and they're already in different configurations. Like these are 3x3. There's some different sizes of other ones. So I've already got, since this is my paper share I'm using that. Oh, which by the way, I've already got all my first batch of paper shares accounted for and shipped out. If you want to get in, I just need another batch of 4 people, and then I can order and do all the things, cut the stuff up, ship it out. And I think I had a link to that in the description here. But all right, so let's start with our base pieces. So we're going to need 2 pieces, and we're doing real red. So these are 6 inches tall by 8.5 wide. And we're going to score. And I will have my blog updated probably Saturday evening. So 6 by 8.5 on the 8.5 side. We're going to score it at 3 3/4 and 4. All right, same on both. 3 3/4 and 4. And I'll tell you why I did that. I had 2 pieces because I did not have a piece that was this long. By the time I did my measurements for what I wanted, this piece is longer than 12 inches. So I couldn't even use 12-inch cardstock. So I had to have 1 piece and then 1 piece, and they're going to be glued together in the middle. All right, so let's fold and burnish our fold lines. Yeah, I hope my voice holds out. All right, so we've got that. That's going to be one side. And then same thing on this one. Fold and burnish. Burnish. All right. So then these sides we're going to glue together. Now, when I glue this, I'm going to just take, glue this to this one. I want to put this edge just right up to the score line over here, but I don't want to touch it because that will impede it opening. So I just want to go like a smidge back. And actually, I'm going to put glue on this side. A smidge, maybe like a 1/16 of an inch. All right, so be generous with your glue. And I'm going to come with this edge, and like I said, close to the score mark, but I don't want to touch it. All right, and make everything straight. Cool. All right, can you see that? It is right next to the score mark, and that's fine because it's going to fold perfectly. All right, let's burnish all this. Now, I'm adding magnets to close mine. You don't have to. You could use Velcro or you could do ribbon. But I'm going to do a magnet here and here, and then we'll cover that up with designer paper. But first, I want to do the waterfall part. All right. So we need, for our waterfall pieces, we've got a piece that is 4 by 7. So 4 inches wide by 7. Yep. And we're going to score this at, I want to have 4 panels. So we're going to do 4 score lines. We're going to do it at a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, and 2. All right. So this will be our mechanism. And let's go ahead and fold all these. And then we've got 4 real red panels because we're going to glue the panels onto each one of these little 1/2 inch areas. All right, so our waterfall is going to go like this. And we've got our 4 panels. These are 3 by 4. All right, and actually I want to do, I want to glue my papers on first. So I just cut a random bit of, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, maybe I'm going to do this one for this. I think I'm going to put this on the front. So let's see. I want to keep these. Do I want to have the first one? Well, I can glue them up anyway. So these just came from the different Love Notes papers. And these are cut down 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So if you want your edges like 1/8 of an inch, then just cut yours maybe 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. But the 1/4 inch works. All right, now I'm not going to do much stamping on these, but you could stamp or, put a little something on all of these. But, I'm intending it to be for a gift card and or writing. So like this one, I might just like stamp something. Maybe put a gift card on this one right here. And then this one, I'm just going to put that right in the middle. I really like that there's 2 Valentine paper packs this time. And I'm really excited that there's, hey Rose, I'm really excited that there's an Easter pack this year that I actually like. All right, so let's see. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. Okay, edge, yep. So we're going to start with this tippy top one is going to be what's on the front. So I kind of want that one to be this right here because I like those flowers. So let's just fold this up and add glue all over this 1/2 inch flap. And then I'm going to flip it upside down because I want the top edge to be right down here. So let's just hold it, scooch everything over. And you want to keep it straight on the sides and flush here. All right, and then we'll burnish that. Then we fold it over. And now we have this one. And this is the same as what I did last week, this part anyway. All right, again, upside down. Side to side, across the bottom. And, I hope I didn't just mess that up. I think I did. You know what? This is supposed to be, this is what's the inside. This one is going to have to be the front one. Dang it. That's fine. I'm just going to put the happy heart day there. All right. I'll get over it. All right, so this. And you can put little pictures in here. But, little coupons, like make up your own stuff that you want to give to your people. All right, and then fold that. And again, with the glue. And you could still do a gift card. All right. Oh, yeah, this will work. Oh, this is totally fine. So this is how our waterfall is going to sit. Then we've got this mechanism. Hey, Penny. So this is 1 by 5. So remember, this is 4 inches wide. And this I want to glue to the back side of the very bottom flap. And I just want to glue it like edge to this very edge and try to make it even on the sides so that like the little flap hangovers are about the same. Doesn't have to be. All right, and then I've got, I should have had a piece of white because I want to have, so on the prototype, I didn't put anything down here, but we can, right? So that's what I kind of want to do. Let me measure this real quick. So I'm going to say definitely 3 3/4. And actually, you know what? I do want to. So get a scrap and punch. If you don't have a tab punch of any kind, you can poke a hole and tie some ribbon. But you want something that's going to be like your pull tab. And I want to put this on now because I want to see, like, how big can I make this white piece? So I'm going to do glue there. Eyeball for the middle. And then add glue. Okay. So when this, so see how my tab comes right to the very edge of my thing. That's what I want. When this folds up, let's just say this is going to go. Whoop. So I want my white piece to go under this flap a little bit. I'm going to say 3 1/8 by 3 3/4. All right, let me write that down. 3 1/8. And I thought I had a scrap cut for that. 3 and, nope. All right, let's just cut it real quick. 3 1/8 by 3 3/4. 3 1/8. 3 3/4. Okay. And what I did learn is I want this white piece to be pretty close, because these are all going to fold over like this. You know, I could have made that one bigger, of course. So, oh, you know what? I'm thinking of my other one, my second one. This could have been bigger. 3 and I can make this 4 1/4. Dang it. 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. 4. You know, it's always something here. Something always goes wrong. We just deal with it. All right, 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. Penny, you have to do something for Tommy's. Oh, be right back. Okay, 3 1/8. No, not 3 1/8. 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. Like, don't make the same mistake twice. Okay, back to this. Now we're gonna put this in, and I want to get this again. I want to get this left side of the white as close to the score mark as I can, just so it doesn't catch. And I'll show you, actually, I think my other one I threw out. I had a prototype that was catching and that bothered me. All right, that's good. Now remember, this is gonna go this way. Nice, nice, nice. So then that covers up, we don't see any of that white. And let's just go ahead and gently like fold these down. And actually we could do a little scoring. We could score that first, just down the side, and then fold them over. And you don't have to fold them over like super tight. And then we're gonna glue these in here. All right, so these little tabs are the only thing that get glued, and that's the only thing that holds this thing in place. It's crazy, but it's true. All right, now notice I did not stamp anything on my white part, and I may regret that later. All right, and I just want to kind of center this and make sure it's like, you know, center, middle-ish. And again, let's hold this glue down for a minute. I like this. And, you know, could stamp some like little hearts there. All right, let's pull this. Oh my God, I love it because it also lays perfectly flat. Love it, love it. So my other prototype that I made, I had this white piece. It was just long enough to where it barely cleared this red edge. It was a different color. But every time I tried to shove it back up, it would get caught. So that's why I wanted this white piece to go as close to that score mark as you can. Oh, you guys, I love it. All right, and this is so smooth. Love, love, love. All right, now let's put in some magnets. And again, you can put gift cards here, you know, on every flap if you want. You could even put one here. And then we could stamp something. But let me peel off 2 of my magnets. Whoops. You know, you could even write your little coupons on this part too. Whatever, you got options. So let's put that back. And so I want the magnet to go on this top side and then on this top side. So I'm first going to just lay it down. In the middle is fine. Kind of got an eyeball. Yep. So middle here. And then I'm going to come in. Whenever I do my magnets, I like to put glue first and then a little bit of tear and tape. All right. And now we're going to fold this. We want to make sure that our spines on both sides are nice and like at good angles. You don't want them squished in like this. See that? That's not good. You want these square. Okay, that's good. So now all we have to do is let that drop. And let's go ahead and pick it up. I think it was right there. There we go. Perfect. More tear and tape. And now we're going to add our designer series paper. So I picked 2 patterns. Excuse me. And these are 2 3/4 wide by 3 3/4. No, that's not it. Lie. 3.5 wide by 5 3/4 tall. So if yours has a direction, you want to just keep that in mind. But I think I want the stripes on this side. Well, let's look at it. Yeah. I want that there. Yeah. And then we're going to have this here. I may trim this down some, but let's go ahead and start this. Add our glue. Ugh. I am sick of being sick. Really, this has been like since the Saturday before Christmas. I'm over it. All right, so let's get that on there. Open that up. We'll add another one. Now, if you wanted to put more panels on the insides, you could do that. If you wanted to make a pocket down here and down here, you could do that. I'm just going to do a little bit of tarting up on the cover because the point was to show you this base anyway. I love it. So say you didn't have magnets, you could do ribbon, and you could wrap it around the whole thing, because you really want the ribbon attached here, and then maybe on the back, because since this is a tri-fold, you don't want the ribbon right on here. So you could tie it with ribbon if you want. You could also do a belly band to close it. So you have other options. Okay, so let's do a little decorating. I wanted to use one of these, my doilies. And I'm thinking one of the smaller ones. So these are like Bubble Bath and Real Red, I believe. Yep. So let's pick that. Oh, I like that. Yes, I really like that. And it can hang over the edge a little. Okay. Oh, look. So when I cut this, I was intending to stamp on the back. But I might could just use that. Trim it down a little bit more. Okay. Change my mind on some stuff. So let's glue this down. And let's see, we're going to do that. So I can glue all around. So am I assuming that the sound is okay other than my froggy voice? Because I can hear it coming out of my iPad. And I can't always hear that. So that seems weird. All right, let's do that. Oh, I love that. Love it, love it. All right, now this one, I don't want to cover up so much. You know what I'm going to do is I am going to trim that. Because I was thinking I was going to use my new reason to celebrate stamp and say Valentine's Day, but I might as well use this. And then I can put this, mount it to a scrap of red. Cute. And then I can hand cut this. Now I also dragged out every heart punch that I have. I have 4 different ones. They're old. Whatever heart dies or punches you have, pull them out for the next month for Valentine stuff. All right, I like that. And yeah, let me just get a scrap. This scrap of red will be fine. I was almost tempted. Is that gonna fit? No. I was almost tempted to get the new hearts set of dies. But then I realized, I don't like it enough. So I'm going to continue to use what I have. And I think you guys should too. Like, if you love it, get it. If you don't love it, use what you have. I feel like we need to, well, at least I'm trying to get more use out of what I have and kind of like really think about what I'm purchasing. Like, do I really need it? Probably not. All right. Oh, cute, 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 cute. I love that. All right. And we're going to glue this down flat. And then I'll pop this up. So, Rose, you love the new set of dies? I mean, if you like it, you like it. That's cool. I was real happy with that, the greeting. Ooh, yeah, I like it straight. And can we hang it off a little bit? Yep. Okay, so let's hang that. Oh, I love it, love it. Okay, so here are the punches that I have. And you may recognize some of these. So we've got like a regular heart, and then this one is kind of like curvy at the end. I kind of like this one. And then I have 2 little ones that are kind of the same. Like a regular heart, there we go. And then a little curvy one. Yeah, Karen, same. All right, so these other colors that were in this pack were, I believe, Flirty Flamingo and Cherry Cobbler. So, I'm gonna grab Cherry Cobbler. Do I have a scrap? Yep. There's a scrap. And Flirty Flamingo, which is where? Oh, right in front of my face. Jeez. All right, we'll do that. Oh, yeah, cute. All right, so let's do a big heart in the Flirty Flamingo. Oh, that didn't sound good. And then we'll do some of the little ones. And this. And then real red. Do 2 of these. Like, I don't know which ones I'm going to want to use yet. All right, let's do. All right, we're doing okay on time. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let me get this one. So you know what? I pulled out this ephemera, and I don't think I'm going to end up using it. Happy Valentine's Day, be mine. Nah, I'm just going to put this back. I'll use it for something else. But I want these little hearts. So some of my paper pumpkins, I used to like make this whole cover thing and use these small envelopes. I don't do that anymore. But these, I keep them in here because I really like these for Valentine's. So I want these hearts, these little ones, this row of 3, and this tiny, tiny little one. Okay. And let's do a tiny little block. So I'm thinking for these, actually, let's do that one. No, we'll do this. Okay, so we'll do one of each. So I'm going to stamp this tiny little one on the tiny little ones. Let me see if that's even gonna... Oh, yeah, that'll work. That's cute. Well, let me just show you. So, cute enough. Yeah, Rose, you like the Art Deco? That may have what been almost convinced me to get it. All right, we'll do real red. And these can go off the sides. Oh. Yeah, I'm so sick of the coughing and the stuff coming out of my nose. All right. Oh, can do another one right there. I like it. All right, and then I will do this row of 3 across this heart. So we'll do Flirty Flamingo again, tone on tone, because you know that's like one of my faves. All right, I'm gonna do this at an angle and try to stagger them. Oh, Dave's making fun of me downstairs. He can hear me coughing. All right. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Nice. All right, so let's do this one. I like it with all those little hearts all over. Rose, you've made 10 birthday cards with the bundle? Oh, hey, Carol. Carol K, well, you're here now. We're almost finished with this one. All right. Oh, cute, cute. Oh, crap. I don't want that to get away from me. All right, we'll do the red. Hanging off the side. All right, cute. And then we're going to add some gems. So I had pulled out regular rhinestones and these ones. So these were the Strawberry Slush and Pretty Pink. I'm going to use these because I want this gold in here. And, or let's see. Yeah, these are too pink. So we'll use the gold ones. And let's do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, don't be shy with these. Why are we saving them? No good reason. All right, do a little one, and then it seems like I've got a lot more big ones. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Cool. So, I love that. Could have put, let's see, a little one. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do a red one right here. So, let's just glue this so I don't drop it. Oh, cute. Love it, love it. So that'll open. So do you see what I mean? Where if you wanted to make 2 pockets or 1 pocket, you know, on one side, then you could tuck something else in. You could also just like add white panels and write a little message. But yeah, look how smoothly this opens. I love it. And these, you know, put your gift card right up on there. Did I already put that away? My gift card? Yeah, I can't find it now. All right, so that is our Tri-Fold Waterfall Folio gift card holder. I love it. So finished size is what, like 6 by, nope, 4.5 by 6. Yep, 4.5 by 6. Love that. All right, now next waterfall idea. So I did promise you birthday and Valentine's. We're gonna make a card, and I came up with these measurements myself, so we're gonna hope it works out. I think it is. Well, here's my prototype. I'll show you this. So this is gonna go in a card. This one is gonna be a Valentine's eventually, but that doesn't lay. Oh, this is the prototype. So in this one, my white piece, see how it comes right up to there. So it doesn't want to go in nicely. So every time I gotta put it in here like a shoehorn and then put it back in. So this was with the Be Cute paper. So yeah, I'll have to give this to someone that knows. So Rose, this might be coming to you. All right, we're gonna do, this is gonna be a pretty big card because, you know, I started out with this first because this is the important part. And this ended up being like 4¼ by 6¼ So my finished card, let's just start with that. Shaded spruce. This is gonna be 4½ by 6½. So you're gonna have to make your own envelope, but that's fine. Oh, thanks, Anna. Thanks, Carol. So 6½ by 9, scored in half at 4½. So this is gonna be our card base. Now this one I did not intend to be for gift cards. It's just to say happy birthday, right? It's just a cool waterfall. Then we've got a layer. This will be Granny Apple Green, 4¼ by 6¼ And then I've got designer series paper, and this is from the Turtly Cute paper pack. This is 4 by 6. So let me go ahead and glue this together. Now I'm using the party alphabet dies for this. So if you don't have these, look at whatever dies you do have and see if the size will work. Otherwise, you just have to change some of the measurements. All right, that's cute. That's gonna go right on front, on top. Now, I didn't ever get the stamps that went with this. I only had the paper. So I spent time hand cutting some different turtles. All right. I also die cut. This was from an old set of dies that it may have been from Celebration, but it has Celebrate You, and there was like Amazing in a script. So I'm gonna go like Celebrate. I don't know which you I want. But I've got to pick out some turtles to put on here. So this is, I'm kind of like decorating the front before we get to the inside. I want this guy. And I want a balloon. Yellow. I think there was a red balloon. All right. So look, we can have this guy. Yep, here's a red balloon. And we'll see. Yep, we can do that. Okay, I'm liking that. Like have the balloon behind the Celebrate, but still in his hand. I like that. Okay, let me put that balloon down first. And that can go, and it can go off the edge. That's fine. Nice. All right, now this guy, these guys can get popped up, and then the words will get glued down flat. So I cut 2 layers. Oh, thanks, Jesse. I cut 2 layers of the Celebrate out of shaded spruce and glued them together. And then same thing with the U. This was Granny Apple Green, and I did another one in shaded spruce too. I didn't know which one I was gonna wanna use. All right, so let's glue this down. Then we'll add our turtles. Ah, crikeys. All right, let's do this. That had to land that side down, you know? All right. Oh, cute, 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 cute. And then we'll do that. And then I can put some presents. All right, let's pop these guys up. And where did my dimensionals? Oh, here we go. Let's do this. Whatever's gonna fit. Use all of your bits. Let's put that there. Yeah, I think Dave went out to the store. I don't know what he went to get. Because I went to the grocery store like right before I came online. All right. Hopefully that is decent. And this one. Okay. So yeah, I hope this clears up. I don't want to have to go to the doctor, but you know, if it's just more yellow stuff coming out of my sinuses, that usually means infection. But I'm doing my rinse like twice a day. So hopefully it will clear on its own. All right, so I'm kind of positioning him so that the balloon is like in his hand. And then we've got this, so cute with the little glasses. And like I said, I just hand cut these. There we go. If you have the dies, go for it. Put a little hat on them. All right, let's do one little hat. Ugh, cute. You know what? Let me put this stuff away before I jostle it and it goes everywhere. So I'll have more turtles for later. And I need a new pack of, yeah, these ones. Okay. And I need a drink of water. I'm so dehydrated too. Ugh. All that snot making really takes it out of you. All right. So I hope everybody else had a good New Year's and didn't get their car hit. But like I said, at least nobody was in it. It's still just a pain in the butt. All right. So do that. Oh, cute. Cute, cute, cute. So yeah, really, this is a bigger card. But with the waterfall, it's probably going to be heavy. So it's probably going to be extra postage anyway. Oh, I love it. Cute. All right, so now let's do the waterfall part for the inside. All right, because it's going to be this same size, and we're going to glue it right in here. And hopefully this will be the right size. Oh, cute. All right, so we've got shaded spruce. Ooh. Okay, granny apple green. So shaded spruce. 4¼ by 6¼ So this is going to be our base that we're building it on. So like this part here. It's a little bit smaller. All right, then we've got, what is this? 3 3/8. No. Yeah, 3 3/8 tall by 7½ inches wide. All right, now this one, again, I'm doing a 1/2 inch for every panel that I have. And I want to have 5 panels. HAPPY, because we're going to spell happy. So we're going to score at, on the 7½ inch side, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1½, 2, 2½. All right. And then now I have to remember this one is going to be what's on the first. So now we're turning our sideways, our waterfall sideways. So let's just go ahead and burnish all these, fold and burnish. And I will tell you the other measurements. We've got a pile here. The designer paper, I cut these granny apple green. So these are 2 by 3 3/8, and then the designer series papers are 1 7/8 by 3 1/4. All right, fold this. All right, so we've got our waterfall, and now I already put these in the order that I want them in. So I'm just gonna glue these together so it's got a small border. And again, if you don't want this small border, like I had a bigger border on the other one, I like it. So I'm gonna take this and actually we'll build it from the back because we do have to start with this one. All right, so let me just flip that over because I want to keep these in order. I'm surprised how much use I've gotten out of this paper not having the turtle stamps or, oh, I got 2 right there, stamps or dies. So I've just been hand cutting everything and that works. And I do that with some paper packs because, if I like the paper but not the rest of it. Okay. Oh, Marlene, did you get your paper share yet? I've not had a chance to. Oh, well, I almost lost that hat. I haven't had a chance to check the tracking, and I didn't see if Hey Dana, if the other girl was here. I'm losing memory. I'm losing names now. All right, so, and then last one. And really the only turtles I've cut out of here are from the birthday sheet. All the other ones, like, I just didn't have any good ideas for them. All right, so we're gonna glue back to front. So this will be our last one. Oh, and I've got to decide, do I want shaded spruce letters or, you know what, let's look at this. Shaded spruce or the granny apple green. I think the shaded spruce is going to show up better on everything. So yeah, let's do that. So let's go ahead and put our letters on. So this last one I want to be the Y. So again, party alphabet. Oh, excuse me. If you don't, a set that, not yet, Marlene. Okay. We had a set of dies that was kind of big like this. And it had a set with like, look who's, and it had numbers. I think they were called big numbers, big letters, something. I don't know. All right. P. Now, when you glue your letters, try to keep everything like in line. So I want like all the bottoms of the letters to be same. If I can. If you can't, it's not the end of the world. And I also did not pop these up just because the nature of the waterfall, I didn't want anything bulky in the folds. All right, P. Next P. Yeah, my head's starting to hurt. I'm gonna have to take some, maybe it's just because I'm not drinking enough water. All right, P. And eyeballing the center this way. All right, and then this will get the A. Cute. I love it. Rose, how did your granddaughters didn't you give them like a bunch of envelopes to open at Christmas or something, or Christmas cards? That had to be cool. I mean, if I got 25 of anything when I was growing up, that would have been awesome. All right, let's do this. We're almost here. And with this one, I'm going to show you a different way to glue it on the actual base. All right. Okay. All right, so now let's start with, so our very first one, that's actually going to be the most inside. So that's why I want to start with the Y. So again, I want this edge right up to the folded edge there. And I'm going to flip this around. Well, good, Rose. All right, so that is that edge. Now we flip it over, or flip it to the side. And we'll add our first P. Love this. And again, you want to keep everything straight on the sides and flush. Oh, cute. Now, if you wanted to stamp these letters before you glued them on, you know, like give it some pattern or emboss them, like if you got that turtle folder, I did not get that. But that would be cute. Or whatever, you know, whatever appropriate to your papers. Like if you're going to do Valentine's, you know, if there's a heart embossing folder that you have, you could emboss these letters. So I like happy because it can be, you can use this design for happy anything really. It could be happy anniversary, happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day, happy St. Patrick's Day, like whatever you can end up fitting on here. All right, we are almost there. And then our last one, our H. And you know, I could go in and glue some of the little things that I die cut, like a cake, a little hat. Oh, cute. All right, so this is gonna open like that. Then we've got our piece, you know, our mechanism that that's gonna keep it closed. So this should be 1 by, or no, not 1. Where is this? Let me just get my measurement. Yeah, it's 1 by 4. Okay, that's right. Because this is 3 3/8. So why didn't I make this 1 by 4 3/8? Yikes. Oh, duh, because we're gluing it to this. So this is 4 inches wide. That's the difference. All right. Ugh. So we're still going to glue this to the back side of our last panel. Yeah, this time I'm not flipping the edges over. All right, so I want to eyeball still center. All right, do that. Glue, glue, glue. Burnish, burnish, burnish. All right, then we've got our white piece. This is where, again, I want it to be close. So this one should be 3 1/8. Yep, 3 1/8 by 3 5/8. All right, so here we go. So I want this edge close to this fold because again, I don't want it getting caught. So let's glue this in. Close to, but not touching that score line. And then I already punched out my pull tab. So you use whatever you want. Again, let's glue this like middle-ish. And if you didn't have this, you could just use like a punched out circle or something. Add some ribbon. Oh, I love it. Okay. So I made this only 3 5/8 because I didn't want any white showing when this is closed. So that's why I like scooted that in a little. All right, now, so that's what I said. Instead of folding these flaps and then gluing the flaps, we're gonna glue the flap directly to the paper, like right on top. So now we want to add glue just to this edge and this edge. Okay, like not a ton. And then like center everything and then top to bottom. And then we'll hold that in place right on the sides. Ooh, I love it. So bigger than I would normally make for a card, but how cute is this? And then that folds flat and it's so nice. Like it goes so smoothly. I love it. So happy, and then we can stamp birthday. And I did not get any birthday, which is surprising. So in this reason to celebrate, I love the size of all the big words, but happy is like teeny tiny. So like, and there's oh, birthday. I did pull that out. Oh no, wait, I pulled out Valentine's. Duh. But if you had another, remember the more wishes or best wishes or something? So birthday right here. That has a nice size birthday, but I can just put that right there. Happy birthday. Do I like that? I like it good enough because I don't want to have to root through my stuff. All right, I'm going to stamp this in shaded spruce. And my stomach is starting to hurt. And I didn't stamp this first because I really didn't know. Perfect. I really didn't know how far in, I was going to, the space I was going to have. Now, if you have birthday stamps or something like balloon or something, you could add. That would work. Cute, cute, cute. All right, now let's glue this to the inside of our card. Now, if you want to add another layer of maybe granny apple green or something to make it stand out, you could do that. But I was not going to. I kind of like it all this tone on tone. Blends in. All right, let's just hold that. There we go. So cute. I love it. And then that will fold down. So it is a little thick. This will fit in an envelope though, but it's definitely going to be like, it'll get you for some extra postage. And I did want to attach this little hat. So I need a teeny tiny, where to go? Oh, right here. Teeny tiny little dimensional. Oops. I don't want the edges showing. Okay. Geez, this thing doesn't want to stick. All right, and then I want to put a little bit of glue right on the edge so that I can overlap on his head like that. Oh, cute. Celebrate you. Now I don't have any, we're just gonna use regular rhinestones for these because I don't have any big like green or yellow. Well, actually I have Darling Duckling. Oh, you know what? That'll work. Let's use these. Low profile sparkle dots. And I haven't hardly used any of the yellow ones anyway. So these are Darling Duckling, Mossy Meadow, Let's just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I am losing my throat or my voice, you guys. And I do have to go to work tomorrow. But I don't have to talk to anybody, so that's good. Rose, you made them each a Christmas card for every day in December. Ooh, and you got the mailbox. Cute. You haven't used these alphabets? I'm dying. Hey, Sharon, Happy New Year. I have used them a lot more than I expected, which I'm happy about because they were spendy. Weren't these things like $100? All right. Ooh, I like it. And I could throw in some green ones. Let's do 2 green ones. 1, 1, 2, 3. No, 1. And then like right there. These are Mossy Meadow. Like green is green. I think a lot of greens go together, or they look good enough together, I should say. All right, then we'll do a big one. And then I think I'm going to call it done for this. Because seriously, my throat is starting to hurt. I'm talking. I love it, you guys. So again, this finished card size was 4.5 by 6.5. And let me get this glue in here. Okay. Love it. And if you wanted to put something else up here, like so you could write more, that's fine. But that's like plenty of room to write on, I think. But, cute. So that's that. And then here was our Valentine folio, which was definitely for gift cards or your homemade coupons or something that you might want to put in. But we've got our magnet closures. And then I love it. Folds so nice. So yeah, I'll have my blog updated again like Saturday, probably Saturday evening. 3rd Wednesday of the month is Happy Social Security Check Day. Can't wait till the 2nd Wednesday. Oh, funny. What, did they change the schedule or something? Thanks, Deborah. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I'll have the pictures and all the measurements blog updated Saturday. And just to let you know, next week, so I'm doing a lot of Valentine stuff like in January. So next week is definitely going to be Valentine projects, like cards, maybe a tag, I don't know, but I'm going to be using the Made with Love papers and these the papers that I use for this, the love notes. So Made with Love and love notes. And then the following 2 weeks, oh, thanks, Marlene. Thanks, Dana. The following 2 weeks, I got the Made with Love scrapbooking kit. And again, that's designed to make like 3 12 by 12 layouts. But I'm gonna make a scrapbook with it. So I'll use other cardstock and the two-tone paper. But all the bits and pieces in the scrapbooking kit are going to be perfect. So to add in little stuff. Depends on your last name. It goes by the alphabet. Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. Thanks, you guys, for hanging out. And yeah, I'm going to go give it a rest and blow my nose some. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks again and Happy New Year. Like, what a great way to start 2026, like stamping wise. Not last night when my Jeep got hit, but what else. All right. Good night, you guys. Thanks. Bye.